So about myself, I'm a GPT-2 open source contributor, co-founder at TextCortex, and I started quite early in the game of starting and working on language models. My journey started back in 2020. In 2021, I started TextCortex, which turned into this current company. And about the company a little bit, so currently we have around 2.5 million users worldwide, founded in 2021. We have Fortune 500 companies who's using our product, and we are processing terabytes of data monthly. And today, I'm going to talk about how we are going to build products from the bottom-up approach. And we're going to talk about what are the problems with the top-down approach. So the classical mistake that I had when I was building products in the past, I saw a cool feature, or let's say I saw a cool technology, and I thought about how can I implement this to make it and turn it into a product. But that was the engineer way of doing things, and that is the wrong way of doing things. And I understand it after failing many times. And this workshop is aimed to help you that you don't fall into the same trap and then build something that is stemming from the actual problems of the people. So I call this zero-level thinking. What is it? So you need to start from not making assumptions, and you just need to think about, hey, what is the actual problem? What the people are talking about? What are their problems? When you think about it from your current perspective, you are interacting with other fellow members of 42 most of the time, and you're maybe discussing ideas about what the problems are and how you can solve them. But the real thing, the real problem is lying in the communities. So you can see that in Reddit communities. I use that as an information source a lot. And these are the people who are discussing their problems in the accounting Reddit or subreddit or gardening. There's many different problems that people are having, but we are just not exposed to it. And when you're not exposed to it, you don't exactly know what is going on in their life, and you cannot come up with solutions to that. The technology is there. Currently, we can do a lot of things, right? We can fire up Codex or code whatever, write any software that we want. But the problem is, what are we going to write the software for, or for which reason? And that is the most important part, actually. So you really need to dig deep into the problem. That is your first starting point. In the past, before the language models appeared, how we were doing it is talking with a lot of people, reading all these Reddit community subreddits, and trying to find out, hey, what is the problem exactly going on here? But now we have language models, and we can extract these key points from millions of data sources quite easily. What we need to do is just go in there and look for, just pull all the messaging from the subreddit board or any forum on the internet or from the meeting notes even, and then really extract the key pain points. And this is doable right now with language models. We should definitely use this advantage. I talked about it a little bit. So the social listening methods, or whatever you want to call it, it's very straightforward. Reddit is one of the examples, but you can extend this. There's other forums that is dedicated to specific things. What I used a lot was something called Gummy Search. It is Reddit intelligence platform. So they are already doing this language model, pain points and everything. They are automatically creating the pain points. It's a free account. You can already go in and create a free account there. Or you can also go through the route of plugging in some APIs and then creating your own pipeline to summarize the problems there. And then, for example, I try to look into areas like what are people discussing in accounting. Maybe there's some interesting problems to solve that we don't know about, because as I said, we are not properly exposed to the problem. So the best thing to do is go and read and understand these communities as much as possible. These are just examples. It could be even better if it's an area that you're interested in, because if you want to build a product, it is going to take a lot of time, 4 years, 5 years maybe, to make it, if you want to turn it into a company, make it into a big product. So it's also quite important that you really care about the problem, right? So then you can have fun and plus at the same time make products that people love to use. So I have this problem of really playing around with my hair a lot, and that is just a bad tick. This is a bad habit that I cannot really get rid of easily. And that's where I was thinking about one day, looking on Reddit, and then I have decided, okay, what can I do for it? So most of the time, I'm not aware that I'm touching my hair or doing on the screen. So I have created this app which is watching your face in real time using the laptop's camera and then giving you an alert whenever you are touching your face. And then I can also show it to you, this is how the interface looks like. It is sending a notification in Apple's notification sender, and then gives you an annoying beep sound, which it really gives me the awareness for it. And I just put it out there and then found a Reddit community which is dedicated to this. There's a Reddit community even for this, by the way. And I just posted it there, and then randomly someone is like saying, I have BFRB and I'm so thankful for this app. So I made someone's life better while also making my life better. And I think that is like the coolest part of building products, because that so much distribution power. You put something on the App Store and there's this person somewhere in Texas, United States, I don't know, I've never met, but they're already saying that thank you so much for building this app. So this is how I create products in action. This is also going to give you some ideas during the workshop how you can create your own idea. So this is also a little bit, I was not really thinking about like monetizing this or making a profit out of it, but I'm also going to go a little bit into the part of how you can monetize and make money out of actually building products. So I believe that people, did you heard about this term, blue ocean, red ocean? You haven't heard about it before. So the blue ocean is, you can think about it, it's like a nice to swim, there's no problem. It's weather is 22 degrees or 25 or higher, better than Berlin, definitely. And the red ocean is not very safe to swim. There are sharks in there. There are a lot of things that can cause trouble. So we are trying to avoid the red ocean and try to go to blue ocean. So when you are developing an idea, or like when you're deciding on an idea, the first thing that you have to do is not build the product, but look if you are operating in a red ocean or a blue ocean. So, for example, if you come up now and say, I'm going to make, what could it be? I'm going to make a chat assistant, a ChatGPT clone. That is a red ocean, because there is OpenAI, Anthropic, and other players in the market with billions of dollars, and they are just going to steamroll whatever you built over there. So that's the red ocean. What a blue ocean could be like, what I have built, for example, is FaceFence, the app that I showed you a little bit earlier. I checked App Store before building it because I needed it myself. There was no such app that I can use. And there was no, people were asking like, hey, what can I do for this? Shall I put some bands on my arm to remember that I shouldn't like pick my skin or stop me from this habit? And then I realized that, okay, there could be a blue ocean. That's one part of the blue ocean, because the blue ocean is like a combination of many things. How about like, how much competition is there? What is the total addressable market? Is it big enough, or are you serving to one customer or two customers or 1 million customers? What is the willingness to pay? So you can also build a product. People could be like, yeah, it's cool to use, but I don't think that I'm going to pay for it because it's not that big of a problem for me. So the blue ocean is a combination of all of this. When you go to blue ocean, the addressable market is huge. There's no competitors. People are willing to pay, and that means it is a great place to operate. If you build a product there, there's a really big chance that you can be successful. And this is really important that you get it right, because you're going to spend a lot of time building the product, you're going to put a lot of energy into it, and at the end of the day, if your goal is to monetize it or make money out of that, if it's not in the blue ocean, then you're going to have a lot of trouble. So that is something that you need to have a look. And this is now we're going to start the workshop part, but before that, yeah, let's summarize everything up, and then we can sit down together and work on ideas. We are going to start with the step one. First, we're going to do the social listening on Reddit. We're going to think about what are the interesting problems that you might want to solve, or what are the interesting, let's say, the subreddits you might be interested in, and then pick a niche community, have a look, and then try to find out what you're going to work on. So that's it. We're going to start with this one. After we are complete with that, we are going to go on with the second step. So we need at least few ideas. It shouldn't be one, because we need these few ideas to find out if they're in the blue ocean or red ocean. Then we're going to pick the ones who are in the blue ocean, and then slowly going to move into the actual, like what the product features should be like and things like that.